Hi, this is Jim Romer, Dr. Weather. Don't mind the gold in my mouth. Yeah, I ate a lot of candy as a kid. My mouth's worth millions of dollars. Look at all that gold. No, it's kind of an optical illusion. Anyway, we're talking about this recent rally back in corn and soybeans. The first time we've seen some legitimate weather scares around the world, helping some of the grain markets bottom out here temporarily. Argentina corn crop hitting by disease issues the last couple of months. Brazil's second corn crop hit by still a weak El Nino drought continuing. South African corn production reduced. Some wet weather in the Midwest, great for the drought in Iowa, parts of Illinois, and up in the northern plains easing, but it has to dry out and planting needs to really kind of pick up here in the days and weeks to come. So the crop calendar, the corn crop above my bald head there, pollinating in northern Brazil, the second corn crop during May and early June. And we're beginning to see this dry weather in red, a stressed area there on the left, help to reduce further the South American corn crop on top of all the disease issues a couple months ago. And South Africa's corn crop also being hurt. So we're still kind of in a global demand and weather market. We'll shift more to the Midwest come late May, June, and July. But this is helping some of these markets break resistance. I mentioned to my Weather Wealth clients a couple days ago that I did feel July corn would break out. And as a result, you can see that there are estimates coming down now with the Argentina crop down below 50 million metric tons. On top of this drought in northern Brazil, and just an oversold market, many people short over the last year in corn. Disease issues continuing down there. So we have some weather scares and tighter supplies coming up. If demand was to pick up, then it's possible we could see a 5 or 10% rally in corn over the next 3 to 5 weeks. Top of that, we still have weak El Nino conditions, and as a result, look at all this flooding in the Rio Grande do Sul, up to 400% of rainfall the last 7 to 10 days, and more coming on the horizon into the first half of May. My Climate Predict software in my Weather Wealth newsletter has been looking at weakening El Nino events you see there on the left. A couple of those did not become La Nina until after September, October. And that's what we're going to be looking at for clients around the world, how weakening El Ninos affect soft commodities, grains, and natural gas. More extreme heat will probably help Robusta coffee rally back at some point as Vietnam is really in a bad situation right now. Notice my program from a few weeks ago predicting a very wet late April and May in blue there over parts of the southern Brazil. That means about less than about 40% of the Rio Grande do Sul harvest is going to be hurt by flooding. And I think eventually we may see some improving rains for Ukraine wheat there during weakening El Ninos, though right now there's still some concern in the marketplace about it being too dry in parts of the plains. Look for rains coming up and severe weather later this weekend in Kansas and Oklahoma and Nebraska, and maybe some improvement later in the Russian and Ukraine wheat areas. Get a 2-week free trial period to Weather Wealth. Farmers around the world and traders are using this information to get better trading strategies, hedging ideas, and better long-range forecasts. Understanding the psychology of markets is critical when trading everything from cocoa to grains and natural gas, you name it. Also, a recent free report I wrote about 3 weeks ago talking about parabolic moves and why I thought 30% higher than this that eventually cocoa would collapse on various factors in that market, including a big long position. Lots of grain information for farmers and traders around the world. Enjoy.